Hello everybody, Lord Almighty here. Today is Saturday, March 18th, 2023, and I am here at the Raritan River doing a little bit of monster hunting. I've got my extra heavy bait caster here spooled up with 80-pound braid, and I'm gonna see if I can't tie into a big striper, maybe a big walleye, big pike, and if the fish gods are really with me, maybe even a big muskie. Water temps are starting to climb. They're in the mid to high 40s right now. I know that 50 degrees is normally the magic number for this river, but once the water starts getting close to 50, things start to wake up. So I'm hoping that there's a few active fish around and we can tie into something big. Suckers are running. That's a really good sign. If there's any big fish here, they'll be feeding on those suckers. I was here a couple of weeks ago doing pretty much this exact same thing, going for some monsters. And I knew it was probably a little early for it. And as it turns out, I was right. I didn't get a single hit here, but the water's a little bit warmer today. We're getting closer to the pike slash muskie slash walleye spawn, so they might be feeding up. Of course, as we saw, the suckers are running, and the shad and herring should not be far behind. So even though it still might be a tiny bit early, I like my chances today better than I did 2 weeks ago. I wish the water was a little bit higher. Fish always seem to bite better here in high water, but other than that, my confidence is, I would say, moderately high. Whereas last time I was here, I felt like I was trying to shoot the moon. Well, I've been going at this place for about an hour now, haven't gotten any hits. I've had multiple lure changes, nothing seems to be working. But that's kind of how it is with this place. You can fish here for hours and hours and hours, not get a single bump, and then all of a sudden, you're hooked into the biggest fish of the year. I don't know if I'm gonna spend hours and hours and hours here today, but I'll definitely stay here a little bit longer at least. I'll stay until my confidence meter drops close to 0 and I'm just not feeling it anymore. That could be in 10 minutes, it could be in 3 hours, I don't know. But I'm not done with this place yet. All right, guys, well, it has reached that point where I feel like if it was gonna happen, it should have happened by now. So I think I am going to give up on this spot for today. But there's still a couple spots that I want to hit before the sun goes down, and we'll see what happens at those. Hopefully they treat me a little bit better than this one did. So sit tight and I will see you in a couple of seconds. Well, all right, guys, here we are at the next spot. This spot is not like the last spot. If the fish are here, I should know fairly quickly. I would say within half hour tops. So if I leave after half an hour, that means there's nothing going on. So this could either be a very short stop, or if the bite is really on, I could park my butt here the rest of the day. We'll just have to wait and see. I also downsized my tackle a little bit. I'm fishing with my my regular bass setup with 12-pound test. It's still a bit bigger than I normally use in this river, but I can throw smaller lures on this if I have to. Oh, dang it. That's no good. Wow. Okay. Damn it. this could be a disaster. Not in mid-season form yet, apparently. All right, I'm gonna have to pull off the side plate here. Oh wow, this is not gonna end well, I can tell you that right now. Oh, get out of there. Get out. Wow, this is a nightmare. Alright guys, here's the deal. I fished this spot for about half an hour and did not get any bites. However, because this water's still cold and it's clear and it's low, I'm thinking maybe the big lures aren't what's going to get bit today. So I downsized yet again, got my spinning rod, and I'm going to toss around a Ned rig. And we'll see if smaller, slower lures worked on the bottom do better than the larger stuff I was throwing earlier. This is where I would expect these fish to be, right here. You got a nice slack water eddy. You've got a creek that they can run up into and spawn. Nice deep hole right in the middle of the river. Man, if they're not here, I don't know where they might be. Ah, the big B. I don't think I'm getting this one back. Oh, maybe I did. I did. I'll have to check the hook though. Oh, that is bent to heck. Look at that. Look at the way that hook is bent. Alright. Hook point seems fine. So let's bend it back. Well guys, nothing doing here on the downsized tackle. And I've got a suspicion that this bright sun is impacting the bite more than I thought it would. I thought with the bright sun beating on the water, it would warm it up faster and get these fish more active, but I think it's putting them down. So I think what I'll try to do is I'll hit another spot right now, but I might come back to this spot later once that sun starts to go down. Because, I don't know, this just feels like a prime spot for these fish to be this time of year. So let me head over to another spot and we'll see if we can scratch something out over there before maybe coming back here. So sit tight and I will see you in a couple of seconds. All right, well, here we are at this familiar looking spot. I don't really know what to expect here. I'm honestly just killing time at this point until the sun goes down and I can get back to that last spot. Not that I don't think I could catch anything here, but this was not on my list of spots for today. So really, if I can hook up in this spot, it will 100% be a bonus. Well, I gave it about an hour, and somewhat unsurprisingly, not a touch. I even made a few lure changes, tried a few old favorites that have done well here in the past, and 100% denied. So, with the sun going down, I guess there is only one thing left to do. I will see you in a couple of seconds. Well guys, here we are. This is a good late winter, early spring spot. The water is as warm as it's going to be all day. The harsh midday sun is going down. I gotta say, as tough as today has been, right now my confidence is pretty high So I'm gonna park it right here until last cast. We'll see what happens. Holy shit, there's sirens all over the place. Wow. Something serious is going on. Well, how about that? I caught me an arrow. Huh. That's a first. At first I thought it was a section of a fishing pole, but nope. That's a straight up arrow. Damn. Well guys, I got on the river at about 12:30 this afternoon. It is now 7:11, and in that time I did not have anything that I could have even mistaken for a strike. Really no way to sugarcoat it today. The Raritan River bent me over its knee and gave me a solid spanking. Saw signs of life. You saw that the sucker run was in full force, but apparently that did not mean that the other fish were coming out. I fished with big lures, medium lures, small lures, fished upriver, downriver, and absolutely nothing to show for it. All that being said though, I did get to spend the entire day fishing, and that's always an enjoyable day. But as enjoyable as today was, I really can't wait to get home, have a nice hot dinner, and maybe a scotch or two. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next adventure.